everybody, to episode 3 of the Twitch Mindset Podcast. We are happy to have our first guest ever here today. At Sorry, he's known as on Twitch and on Twitter. He's well known for having an outstanding community on Discord. I think it's over 300 people right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we're actually over 400 now.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah.
So, sorry, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for anybody who doesn't really know anything about you?
Yeah, one second. I'm just trying to get myself situated. All right, you guys can hear me okay?
Yeah, brother.
Yep.
All right, man. Yeah, so I started streaming in the end of April. I was in Canada at the time, and I don't know, I thought it was a great idea. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, to be honest with you. I think, like myself and many others, we kind of saw Ninja, and I was like, whoa, I can get rich. So, which obviously is not how it works. I learned that very quickly. And then I moved back to America, and I took about a month off. And during that month, I observed. I observed a lot. Went to many different channels and learned a lot of stuff. And I kind of try to share it with everyone else. And here we are now, man. I'm just 30 years old, married, 9-month-old daughter, and an amazing community. In fact,
That's awesome.
So amazing. We just ended our first ever community charity stream today for a member, and we raised $3,070.
I've seen that. That was pretty good.
So
that was awesome.
Very proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
As you should be, awesome, bro. As you should be. Yeah, I seen that. I was kind of watching a lot of that from afar. But I seen, kind of the back end of it. And I actually stopped by Mud Pies' stream a little bit. I was at work, but I hopped in there real quick. Yeah, man, that's just an extremely noble thing for y'all to do, and just for y'all to have such a tight knit community, and just be able to pull off something like that. I'm sure you're proud, bro.
I'm really proud, and I think the community is headed in the right direction. I truly believe that. I'm gonna be biased, obviously, since I created it, but people don't understand how much work there is behind the scenes, and I think we put together a pretty solid foundation, and that's the reason why it's thriving so much. When you have that strong foundation, it makes the world a difference.
1,000%. So
yeah,
like,
man.
So when did you start the Sorry community?
If you do the start date, it's officially June 9th. The very first message was sent was June 10th. So it depends on what day, but we're pretty new. We're what, August? We're going on 3 months here in a few, so we're like 2 months and 2 weeks old.
Holy man.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, it's not what I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not. I didn't create it with these intentions. I created it thinking I was gonna get 30, 40 of my friends together, and we were gonna play video games and whatever. And that's about when I met like Lacey, which is OMG, I'm a Girl, and a few others. And it's kind of just taken off. And I'm not mad about it. Yeah, I'm not mad about it at all. It's like I said, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I meant to create this amazing community, and and it's not what I imagined, but what it's becoming is something that I'm very proud about. So much so that on my resume, I put it in there. I was that proud of the accomplishments. Bold, I know.
Well,
I respect the heck out of it.
Definitely a good thing, right? Like, you have so many good people, and it's kind of like a little bit of a leadership role you've kind of taken like that.
Right, and I think what I Bruce. What I try not to do though is I try my very best not to make this about me. I really try, I really do, and obviously it's called the Sorry community. And again, when I created this, there was no intentions of it to be growing this way. So my name's already there. So people are going to question, like, is this guy trying to just get attention for himself? And we've talked about name changes. We really have, but then there's a lot of remarketing and all that stuff too. So I really try my best to make it about everybody in the community and not myself. And I think that's another reason why people are really, loving this community is there's other communities where, the leader I think he has, some leaders have intentions to make themselves grow, and that's okay. I'm not mad about that. That's an ego thing, and that's something I don't have. I want us all to grow together.
Yeah.
So nobody's more special than the next. That's how I look at it.
That's a great mindset to have. That's a great mindset to have, especially when you're the leader of that community. Because, like you said, I've seen in myself a ton of communities where the leader doesn't generally have great ideology of why they're doing it. You know what I mean? It's more they're a little more selfish with
Exactly.
it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I've seen it, and it's whatever. I just don't put myself in that community is all, and everyone has their reasons for doing things, and they can do what they want to do, and I'm gonna do what I do.
Right. So, like, at what point when you were, the community, like I said, you gave us why you started it. At what point were you like, there's something here. There's something else here I didn't think was here.
Man, I'm trying to think. There was a point where so basically, a little quick. We're gonna back up a little bit. What's up, Korea? Speaking of one of the main cogs of the Sorry community, Korea 801, right there. That man is the heart and soul of the IT side and the foundation that a community needs as far as just all the technical issues. And he has set up countless amount of streamers, audio and everything. So, just I saw his name appear, and I just want to give him that props. But I knew he had something special. I posted a couple of tweets out there, and they went, they got like 1,000 likes, something like that, and we kind of we took off like that. And when I started realizing that the main people that I surrounded myself, none of them were about themselves, and they started to, we all started kind of growing together. That's when I knew it was something special. That's when I knew that that we had put a solid foundation on, and that's why I'm not worried about getting bigger and bigger because, again, that core group that I have, it just keeps everything glued together. So you're going to get those turds. You're going to. It's inevitable. But if you have strong glue at the base, it's not going to come apart. And that's kind of, and that's how I knew we had something special with the core group. Hey, what's up, Tape?
For sure.
Yeah, it's really interesting, bro. Like I was wondering that. I was like, where did this start? So it's really interesting for you to say, this isn't what you intended, but the fact that you started out with just wanting to be, with your tight knit group of friends, and then they expanded to a huge group of friends.
Right, and things like and some things that you guys don't see. There's in all Discord channels there's locked channels, right? And I'm okay. I'm open with talking about this because people know there's locked channels. There's channels that only certain people can see, and I made it a point to try to greet everybody that joins and try to preach to everybody that if somebody takes time to say hello, that somebody greets them. Because when I was in a few larger Discords, a couple times I would say, "Hey, what's up going on, guys?" and just ignore it like I was nothing. And that makes you like not feel like a community. You know what I mean? It makes you feel like, why am I here? And so I have a channel called the Hype Squad, and it's a group of people that I've noticed that go out of their way to greet everybody. And then in return, what I try to do is give them special love on Twitter. I use what my contacts on Twitter and say, "Hey guys, follow these guys," and it's kind of like a love kind of support thing. Love giving love. It's just one big love circle. And I think that's another important factor. You can't, if you just have people joining and no one, greeting, which is naturally people are just now at this point it's taken off because now everyone seems like everyone's greeting. So, and that's what I love. Like I said, it all builds with foundation, and when you build that foundation, other people see that you're doing it, then they start doing it, and then there you go. You started a forest fire.
Definitely, for sure. So, other than all the stuff that you've spoken of, is there any other like positive aspects you'd like to talk about your community or anything like that you'd kind of like to?
Man, I just like my main example right now, what's fresh in my mind is just how fast that charity stream got put together. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize, but that happened. We got a message. That was within 24 hours.
Yeah.
The community members, and that was Korea was the main cog of that as well, and a few others, Coach and Turn and the other guys. I mean, it was within like 2 hours. They had an Excel sheet up that we're doing a 24-hour stream, 2 hours for every streamer. We had a schedule set up. You know, everyone had their own little thing, and it was just like that, man. And it's just to me that's the power of the internet. It's not, a lot of people abuse the internet, but if you can use it in the right way, you can truly change people's lives. And Nubish may have met his goals already. I don't know. I never directly said like, hey, how much do you need? But the fact is, he's hurting. So even if he did pay off his medical bills and he did pay off, and you got to plot for us on the bench, go on a vacation, man. Take your wife and your daughter and go to Hawaii. Go somewhere. Don't go to Hawaii right now. Actually, hurricane there. Go to Florida and treat your family. And that's kind of how I felt. I don't care what you do. Buy a new car, whatever you want to do with that money. That's your money. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, and that's kind of that's how that to me that's amazing. How fast that came together and how much money was raised. That just shows people's heart right there. And there's a few people who and like I said, I know personally who donate the big dollars, right? But I know, and I personally thank people who donate the $1 because it's all, man. Not everyone's the same. If I have $20 and I give you $20, and you have $2,000 and you give $20, you know what I mean? Like you don't know what they have to give, so it's amazing,
Yep, for sure.
But you never judge someone's donations and of their character because that could be all that they have.
That's crazy. Yep.
1,000%, dude. That came together in 24 hours.
24 hours, that charity, that whole schedule, and then that was like Monday, and then bam, Wednesday we were doing it 6 p.m. It was like that.
Holy
that was thrown together, organized, and executed to perfection.
Yeah.
1,000%, bro.
Yeah, I was working. I was working. I came home, and it was like 15 minutes before my turn to go live, and I was not ready. My wife's like, "Hey, the streamers before you, they kind of did like a fun activity. She's like, Castanoid put on a bunch of, a different layer of shirt every time." And she's like, maybe you should think of something to like encourage donations. I was like, oh crap. So I'm just like, I'm brainstorming. And then the first thing, my brain goes with is, we got a whole case of water bottles that are in the fridge to see how many we can drink. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but I was, so my thing was every $25, I would drink a bottle of water as fast as I possibly can. I didn't think that through. So I end up drinking 13 bottles of water.
Oh,
and I'm not gonna sit there and say that I actually drank all of them. There's one point someone donated $100. I took 4 bottles and I kind of just poured them over my face. So I kind of waterboarded myself. There was a lot of choking. I had like water that's not coming out of my nose, and it was a mess, man. But that's in each person, every stream that you went to, they had their first they had their own little thing. I mean, and that was amazing. Some people wore wigs and costumes, and I know Lacey was getting pied in the face and eating, and even I think even Nubish was doing something, putting see how many marshmallows. It was just, we all came together, man, and that's how you got a special group of people.
Exactly.
Because nobody once thought like, what am I getting out of this? It was just more of like, I'm putting everything aside, and this is what I'm focusing on.
For sure.
First bottle in 5 minutes in. Yeah, the first bottle was 5 minutes in.
Yeah, like, it wasn't. Yeah, I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't actually physically see the stream because I was doing the audio only for a little bit in Mud Pius's stream, and he was doing something like handstands or something like that.
Mud Pius was wall twerking upside down, which he's not a dancer, right? So he makes him incredibly uncomfortable. But this is why we pick on him. He's so stiff.
Yeah.
And then the next thing, someone's like, "Hey, I'll donate $100 right now if you belly dance." And bam, we got this man up belly dancing. Oh, here's Mud Pius right here. No, so listen, the best part about it is when he started the wall twerk upside down, his wrist gave out and he fell on his face. Oh man, it was worth it. It was all worth it.
Oh my gosh, man.
He was belly dancing. They put like I don't know, I forgot what he was twerking to, but I know he belly danced to "My Hips Don't Lie" by Shakira. I was at work too, so I was like, I had to fake poo and sit on the toilet and watch Twitch on my toilet with the volume all the way down just to get glimpses of what was going on. So yeah, that's kind of what I caught at work, and it was fun times, man.
No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I think Mud stream, honestly, I'm pretty sure he raised like $800. Like his stream went off. Like yeah, they raised a lot of money, man. So props to Mud and his god awful dancing, man.
Hey, whatever works, right?
Oh man.
Hey man, I like the heck out of Mud. He's a good dude for sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
So you drank 13 bottles of water in 2 hours?
Yeah, well, it got to the point. I think you know what? I shouldn't say 13. I should probably take 11 because it came down to the end where I wasn't feeling good, naturally. So I just started to pour the waters over my head, and it was ice cold, man. So like it was taking my breath away, and I was sitting in the water in my chair. I took like a 45-minute shower afterwards. I was so cold, like I was shivering and stuff. But it was so worth it, man. I'm not even like don't take this as complaining. It was worth it.
Right.
So, but yeah, it was good stuff. I got a couple of clips I'll send you guys privately, man, of me basically choking to death.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, bro.
I didn't think it through. My wife put me on the spot, and I was like, oh, I was scrambling. I was like, water bottles, go great. And then I'm not gonna lie, like there's a humble side of me. I'm like, you know what? If I might raise like $75, that's great. 3 bottles of water, it's all fun and games. And then we got a couple of big time supporters, and when I saw his name pop in my chat and say hi, I was like, in my head, I was like, oh shit. The second he caught wind of what I was doing, it was like, bam, $200. And, it was game on.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. I'm sure that's something that, like, first of all, that's something that not only you, I'm sure the entire community, but you especially as someone that, it's like you said, it starts from the foundation, right? It starts at the head. So I'm sure it's something you're putting back in your head, like, man, like that was awesome. Like,
yeah, man, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that doesn't make me feel good. Of course it does.
Yeah.
It made me feel wonderful. And I told everybody at work today, how much money we raised, and it's natural, man, because we help someone out, and yeah, I mean, if it doesn't make you feel good, then are you alive?
Right.
So so yeah, it definitely felt great, and I can't wait to do more. I know it's so soon, but I'm actually doing another charity stream the 31st, which is Friday, for Mama's Got a Gun. So, and helping her pay some of her medical stuff. So we're gonna rally the troops again, and here we go.
Oh, dude, that's awesome, bro.
So
for sure. Like, where do you? I know it's at least crossed your mind. It's just a human, thing to do. Where do you see like your community like going from here?
Well, I'm hoping, honestly, man, I'm hoping to the top. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to be one of the top communities. My biggest fear is definitely growing too fast and losing grip. But right now, we seem to be growing at a pretty decent rate. Where I'm still, hey, that's my wife right there, actually, ice skating girl. Oh, that's in your chat, Texan. And yeah, I just think I want to keep growing and be one of the top support communities. I don't ever want it to be about any one person, and who wouldn't want to be at the top? Myself, as a streamer, I want to be a partner streamer one day. I know the other day people were in my chat and they're like, and everyone has their own goals, right? And a couple people, career is one of them. Like, I don't care about being partner. I'm just having fun on the ride, and that's totally okay. But I chimed in and said, I want to be a partner one day. That's my goal. That's what I want to be, and I'm hoping that in my eyes, I would love for everybody to be a partner. You know what I mean? Everyone can sit at the dinner table and eat. So that's kind of how I hope that we get to the top, and with doing that, and I've been telling this people since the beginning. As we rise, man, the people who put in the work and the streamers put in the work, they're gonna rise too naturally. So let's keep supporting and not forget about the people, because another thing I'm afraid of is forming cliques, right?
Oh,
so like all these streamers are up here, they only talk to these guys, then you got all these guys down here who get 1-2 viewers a night, and then they're kind of stuck at the bottom. I want to there's no reason why some of us who are growing fast can't hang out with some of these guys on there and boost them up. I think people are always afraid that they're gonna lose their followers to this guy, because he might be more cool. And if that happens, so be it, man. But if not, if you're true to who you are, they're always gonna come back and say hi. There's enough time in the day for them to hang out with multiple people. And I thought that people always say, like, they're in my stream, like, hey, sorry, man, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna go, hang out with some of my friends. I'm like, go.
Yeah.
Don't say sorry. Go support. Keep that train going.
For sure.
For sure, bro. For sure. Like that, dude. That's it. Based that what you just said confirms what I just seen you from afar. I mean, we spoke a couple times, but
Right.
just seeing from you afar, it just confirms, man. Like, especially you being at the forefront of everything, and it just trickles down with just putting, like me and Healthy were talking about a few minutes ago, just putting your ego completely and just doing what's best for the community. For sure, man. I know exactly what you mean, though. Some folks that get a couple hundred followers, whatever that amount is, and feel like somebody just starting is beneath them, and that they couldn't be more wrong.
It's such a silly thing to do too. It makes absolutely no sense. And what happens to a lot of these guys, man, is they get that humble pie to the face because when some of those viewers, they act a certain way, and it always comes around, man. It always comes around. And trust me, I'm someone who is always observing. I'm not. There's not times I can always be active, but I'm always watching, man. I'm always watching. So,
Yeah.
and
My bad, brother.
we've had one, it's really weird. Some people get too comfortable, and for example, I'm not gonna give names. I'm not here to,
Yep.
blast anyone. But I had someone, go into Lacey's stream, and she's one of our admins and one of our, she's a female streamer, and he was just, being sexist and making comments, and I think he got a little too comfortable. And
Yeah.
and one thing that I'm a super chill, nice guy, right? But
Yeah.
stuff like that, man, I don't even give you a warning. You're gone. Bye. So
Yeah.
we'll run into those, and you're one of those guys, and then you run into the ones where they conveniently show up at certain times and start talking about what time they're streaming at, and everybody has their own way of handling it. It's your stream. When you're live,
Yep.
it's your stream, it's your dream. You do with what you want to do with it, right?
For
So
sure.
and everyone has their own set of rules. Some are flexible, some are strict. So I kind of play it by who I'm dealing with, because I don't care if some of my friends come in, they want to say, because I'll tell you one thing that a lot of streamers don't realize, and it happens a lot. I see it all the time. Let's
Mhm.
say, kid, you're hanging out with Texan, right?
Yep.
And you're in Texas halfway through, and you're like, and you're saying, hey Texan, I'm sorry, I got to roll, man. I gotta stream here in an hour. That's
Mhm.
most time it's harmless, right? But a lot
Yep.
of streamers look at that as self-promote, and they'll get angry about that. And everyone kind of plays it differently. And there's some people who I know generally
Yep.
don't know that they're doing that, right? And I don't care. Then there's some people that I know 1,000% that they're doing that, trying to take some crumbs. You know what I mean? And you'll run into that.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
always happens for me when I got like 40 viewers. Conveniently, that person will just come into my stream. And I notice it, and I let it go, man, because it is what
Yeah.
it is. It's not even worth it, because you know.
Exactly. Not worth your time
Yeah.
getting mad over anyway, right? You're having a good stream. For
Yeah,
sure.
the second someone makes, my rule is, man, the second you make another member of my community uncomfortable, whether it be sexist, racist, gay slurs, you're gone.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
and that's kind of what we've sticked with, man. We just kicked out another member because he was a little too drunk and making members feel uncomfortable. You
Oh
gotta
yeah.
go, man. You gotta go. This is
No, definitely.
this
For
is
sure.
this train's going in. We're going in forward motion. We're not taking steps back. So
Yeah. No, for sure. I'd seen a tweet, maybe it was like a couple weeks ago. There's a member of your community who's talking about he had joined the stream, but he had never went and stopped into anybody else's stream, never kind of went around and gave love to everybody and talked about everybody, but yet he was complaining that, oh, nobody stops into my stream.
yeah, that
Nobody gives
actually
me
happens
support back.
quite often.
Yeah,
Yeah, that happens a lot. That's part of that ego thing, though.
for sure.
Some of these lads, they'll join the community, and they just expect people will just show up in their stream because they're part of the community, and
Yeah,
you'd be surprised, and that's another fun of having my name on the community. So it's usually my fault, which is okay. I'm totally okay with taking that. taking that far most time. But I've been blasted pretty extreme, and it's just funny, man. It's like me said, it's definitely 100% two-way street, man. It's just it's networking is a weird road to travel down, right? Because if you go into networking in hopes of just all these people coming into your streams, you're doing it wrong. If you're going in and you're hanging out with people because you truly like them, right? And you really do not care in your heart if they visit your stream because you're there because you like them, then that's the way. That's how you network. When you start networking in hopes that they come see you, then you're doing it wrong. You know, and you're gonna be you're setting yourself up for failure because that's the wrong way to do it. And you know, and that's kind of how I try to tell people, man. Just go hang out with people and just make friends. You know, you're cool, and it's all gonna come around back towards you. You know that karma is always gonna come back around, and if I never make partner, right? If I never make partner, which is one of my goals, I never become successful. I have made some amazing friends. Amazing friends. I've already won. I promise you that. I promise.
Yeah.
I got a guy. His name is Juxtaro. We met a couple months ago. He's flying out to Ohio in October. Him and his wife. You know, we're going on Cedar Point. You know, like legitimately friends. You know, and it feels like a family.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah, but I've always told people my DMs are open, and I get DM'd a lot. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. This stuff takes away from my marriage sometimes. You know, my wife, you know, it's a balance. You know, sometimes she says she feels lonely and says like, "Hey, I'm not gonna have attention." So it's a tough road. You know, I'm trying to, you know, you balance work and then you balance your family. I got a 9-month-old daughter. You know, and then stuff like that. We all do. We all, you know, everyone has stuff going on. So you have to find that balance. But I think once she saw how much all this meant to me and how happy it makes me, she was on board with it, and I think she's a little more understanding, and that's how you got to kind of show. You got to, you know, if it's truly something that you love and your passion, right? Then and you know, and your spouse will start to understand a little bit. Show her, man. I that's what I do. I introduced her to Twitch. I showed her how to watch streams. You know, let her hang out while I'm streaming. Let her, you know, for those of you that are watching, if you have a spouse, let them see the behind the scenes. You know, let them, you know, let them be a part of the Discord, Let them see exactly what you're doing, so they can understand. And in fact, my wife watches probably more streams than I do now. You know, I get home, she's has a stream up, you know, so and it's great.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Make it a team
nice
thing.
that you have somebody that's supportive of you too, right?
Yeah, it's amazing because not everybody has that either. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you.
Exactly. And I kind of want to touch on something you had brought up before, and it's something that Pat talks about a lot about is expecting things without doing things without expectation.
Yep.
Right. That's a big thing that Pat brings up a lot of the time, and I think that's a big thing that a lot of these streamers need to do.
Yeah, man. It's like it's just in little things, man. If I could touch on so many little like etiquettes that I wish people would do. You know, during our charity stream today, we had one member, and I saw it, and I'm gonna let it go for a little bit. But throughout, she was kind of hopping around, which is fine. But she kept going in there saying, like, "Man, I wish I was streaming right now. I don't have a lot of followers," and just throwing those little comments out there. And it's like, there's little things you can't. That's not how you network. That's not how you make friends. That's you expecting things. That you're part of the community, so you're expecting people to automatically follow you, and it just little things like that. It just doesn't work that way, and people need to realize, you know, there's a right way and there's a wrong way to a lot of this stuff. This is in a way, this is a business, but this is also a family type thing, you know. So it's a tough line to walk, but I think a lot of people do have expectations, and like for someone like myself, man, and I'm not trying to brag at all, but I have, you know, right now we have 500 members in this, 400 members in this community. It's hard with the time that I have to go to everybody's channel. So some people, if I'm not in their channel in a week, they think like, oh, he's not supporting me. You know, this guy sucks. But it's like I try to do as much, and everyone does, and that's how you have to look at it, man. Like especially in the beginning, sometimes you need to support more than you stream, man. Just go give love, man. Just love. Because that's at the end of the day, I'm telling you, it'll come back around, man. If you're doing it the right way, that is. If you're doing it the right way and truly hanging out with people, making friends, it's gonna come back around for you.
For sure,
man. I you're making me smile, brother. I literally couldn't agree more with everything you just said. Healthy's right. Given without expectation, I'm beyond passionate about it. Whether that is like what somebody in a Discord community, like you said, hopping in there and just expecting that folks are gonna come to their stream because they hung out in the Discord talking for a couple days with the intentions of just getting more viewers in their stream, to somebody going in somebody's stream and donating X amount, cheering so many bits, just trying to get that streamer's attention to, I don't know, send them a raid or something like that. Like,
Right.
I'm the firmest believer that if you go into somebody's stream, Discord, what I like to say is you can give in so many different ways. Like, a lot of times folks hear the word give and they think, right? They think money of some sort.
Right.
Man, sending somebody like a thoughtful like tweet, I mean, DM,
Yeah, man. Little things, little
Discord,
things,
stuff like that, man. That makes folks day. It makes me light up, for sure. So like, if I go in somebody's stream and I do whatever, show them a little love, something like that, or somebody shows me a lot of love. When I do it, I literally do it just because, like, man, I like this person.
Right.
We all, like you said, sorry, we all have things going on in life.
Yeah.
But if you get a few minutes and you can hang out with them or something like that, I don't want anything back.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. Money, it comes and goes, right? Your time, you can never get back. So to me, like, if someone comes and hangs out my stream, I always tell people, because you'll get that a lot. Like, oh man, I wish I could sub to you. I wish I could donate to you. You're such a great streamer. I just don't have money. And I always tell them, man, I don't need your money. The fact that you're giving me your time, and your time means everything. You took your time out to come hang out with me and support me. That means $1 million. And I always tell them that, man. And that's how everyone should look at it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I want to talk about hosting for a little bit. Now, Pat was telling me a little bit about somebody who's auto hosting a little bit. Pat, do you want to kind of talk about this a little bit?
Oh yeah, just kind of go real quickly. It kind of goes back into the ego thing. So, somebody was streaming and stopped streaming and auto hosted. They didn't raid or whatever. They just, how it is, started auto hosting somebody on their friends list.
Mm-hmm.
And that person that they were auto hosting got upset that individual was hosting them, because that individual hasn't hung out in that person's stream for a while or
really
whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, I literally, like, that's the first time I heard of something like that. But that's one of like one of the worst things I've ever heard. That's
awful. And actually, to branch off of that, I've rated somebody before, and they got upset, and it was awkward. I'm dead serious. I've rated somebody. I'm dead serious. It was uncomfortable. Like, they didn't say thank you. Somebody else in their chat said, "Hey, great job wasting your time on raids," and it was the most awkward moment I've ever felt. And on top of that, you're bringing your people over who are all like, you hype them up, right? And then you just get shat on. And I was just like, what? And the same thing happened to Lacey. Lacey rated another girl streamer that I recommended, and it was the same thing. She was just like, looked around. She was like, "Why did you raid me?" Like, she straight up said that. I was like, what the heck? Like, people, I don't know, man. I don't know why people like. I have somebody who auto hosts me. I don't think she's came into my stream since I started streaming back in April, and every once in a while I see Headshot Goddess now hosting your stream, and I'm like, hey, thank you, Headshot, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm, if I'm on your auto host list and you're showing me that love, man, love you back. You know what I mean? I'll say your name out loud if anyone's a follower, whatever. I don't think I've ever seen names. So there's people, I don't know why people get upset over some just weird things, man. Just really weird.
Yeah. Like,
I will say this though, man. If you are gonna host, man, this is my pet peeve. I'm not gonna lie to anyone who's watching. Please don't host Ninja. He don't need it. Please. It drives me crazy when I go down my list and I see people hosting Ninja. Come on. Yeah. I know that I get it, and it's weird knocking somebody for actually hosting, but there's someone out there that can need a little bit more. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Right on, right on. Yeah, dude, I'll be honest. Yeah, that hasn't happened to me yet. As far as rating somebody and like, why did you rate me? That's the craziest thing ever, bro. Like, I don't know, trying to show you some love, maybe. Maybe that's why I did it.
Patty, I raid people randomly, whether it's not as much about low views, because if you always rating people with low views, then you're kind of setting a bar, which you always want to do. I'll mix it up. So sometimes if I see someone that I know is a great person and they're struggling with views, I'll rate them to kind of bring their spirits up. But at the same time, if I haven't rated, Lacey, she has 60 viewers, I don't care. The fact that she puts in so much work, man, I'm throwing her a rate saying, hey, thank you for all your hard work. So I wouldn't always send your raise to someone who has low views. That's a great way because I know you're doing it for a great cause. But do it to people who mean a lot to you as well. If they're supporting you, you know what I mean? Because then what happens is you fall into another little circle because all streamers they hit up. We hit what's called plateaus, right? Where people will start saying like, "Oh man, Texan has 30 viewers. He's good. He don't need us." And he's out here giving love. Give him some love back. It doesn't matter how many views he has. If they deserve love, give them love, man. And that's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a great way to go about it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the exact same way I kind of looked at it today. There's a couple people that were a little bit lower on the list.
Yeah.
But there's this one person that's really been working with me. We've been showing love back and forth to each other, and he's honestly been busting his butt lately. Right? He's been making lots of YouTube videos, showing lots of love on Twitter, tweeting lots.
Oh, you're
so
wrong.
I was
You're
like,
right,
I'm gonna go and host this guy. I think
yeah, man.
you're
That's
100%.
yeah.
100%
That's kind of how you have to look at it, man. Just support the people, and then hosting. Listen, guys, hosting in general is something is important. Don't take it lightly. Don't just throw everybody on your host list just because you are that is a direct reflection of you, right? So if you're hosting somebody, and let's say I'm hosting some dude, right? Like this, everyone's like, oh, host for host, host for host. So I'm hosting this guy, and let's say you get on my stream one day, and oh, let's see if Sorry's live, but it shows that I'm hosting somebody, right? So you click on that guy, check him out, and this guy's in there dropping the M bomb and calling women shit. That's a reflection of you. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Now they're gonna be like, why is Sorry, associating himself with this guy? So be really careful with who you host, man. You host, if you're gonna do the auto host are people that you truly trust, that you know is gonna represent your community and who you are as well. Because that's none of those that falls in that follow crap. There's auto host for auto host. You'll see it. Don't fall into that stuff either because you are a direct reflection of that. So
yeah, for sure, bro. I couldn't agree more. When you started streaming, like, did you fall into follow for follow?
I did, actually. The very first community I ever joined was the Bearded Beauties. I had no idea, no clue. And I just knew this affiliation thing. I was like, man, this is tough, right? I mean, what is going on? I'm putting on the whole Fortnite. I'm getting some kills. I was that guy too at the very beginning, and I knock him now. I have my KD up there and my wins, and and this is back when I was actually decent at Fortnite. And I found this community, and it was called the Bearded Beauties. And I was like, I got a little beard. Let me join it.
Right on.
And so I got like an auto host. I was like, hey, here's an Excel file of all the people that you need to follow. Blah blah. I was like, all right. So I followed them. I probably have 100 to 150 what I would call dead follows, right? Of people who followed me back, were in that community, and have never have or never will look at my stream, right? That's part of the reason why you'll never see me post on Twitter about how many followers I have on Twitch. Because I started off the wrong way. I learned really quickly. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting there and I'm like 250 followers and I got one viewer. What the heck's going on? So I started to catch on, man, and I'm a pretty quick learner, so I started to realize like, okay, this is not good. So and it took that time of when I was moving to really get a grasp of the Twitch world. I really sat back and got to from a bird's eye view and learn a lot. And I left that community and I joined another community. Didn't last near that long because that was that community I mentioned where I was talking, just kind of getting lost in the sauce. So I was like, let me create one. I got a couple of friends and fast forward and here we are. And I've learned a lot on the ways, but yeah, I definitely fell into that follow for follow. when I first started, and I know firsthand that it is crap, and I preach it to the day I die. It is crap. So,
For
don't do that.
sure. For sure. Yeah, yeah. I feel like, for a lot of folks that when they're starting that have just, going head first, diving head first, I just feel like that's what they, mostly what they see on Twitter. So they just kind of fall into that and then a lot of them, realize, Healthy and I talked about it. He said he did the same thing too. Just realize going, after some time passes that, yeah, this doesn't work, right? Like you said, sorry, you might have 300 followers on your list, but if one person's, there's just no engagement. You can't sustain it.
Right.
A lot of them will do it just to get you to, affiliate or whatever, and then they're ghosts after that.
Yeah.
So
Even
for sure.
Yeah, even now I try to tell people because they'll say like, "Hey, can you help me get the affiliation?" And hold on, I'm sorry, I had to re-pull up the stream real quick. I accidentally closed out,
Yeah.
so my screen is dark. But I tell them like, you don't want to do it that way because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have these people who will come in and help you get affiliation, right? So you're gonna feel on top of the world. You're like, man, I'm getting 5, 6, 7, 8 viewers. You get affiliation. You feel like you're on top of the world. Like, man, I'm taking off. You get affiliation. Now everyone has fulfilled their purpose of what you requested. You requested them to be there to push your affiliation. They've done that.
Yeah.
Now they're gone. Now they're going back to what they normally do. They're normal streamers. They're normal people. Now you're affiliated and you're averaging 1 viewer and you're wondering why. And I tell people that's a tough pill to swallow, man. I've seen it happen far too many times. And so I try to tell people, man, don't do that. Just affiliation takes you a week, takes you 3 months, takes you 3 months, but do it organically. Do it the right way because it's gonna feel a lot better. You're gonna, you're gonna grow and you're gonna have real viewers and these are the people that are not gonna leave you. So
Yeah. And especially with building those personal relationships, right?
oh yeah, it's
Those
very
help
important, man. And
so much.
people wanna connect. That's why I always tell people stop taking these games so seriously. You know?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know it. I know
Exactly, guys. Have
it.
fun, relax, loosen up a little
No,
bit.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You know who's changed a lot? And I can tell that stuff goer, Texan.
What do you
The
mean?
very first time I hung out his stream, he was fucking locked in on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm cursing. I don't know if your thing is rated R. My bad. I'll watch my mouth. He was locked in on what was that game?
Had to be
Grand
Farmer
Theft Auto.
Simulator.
Grand Theft
Oh
Auto.
really? Yeah.
He was locked in, and I was trying to talk to him, and then I kept coming in, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh man, okay. I was like, okay, this man's awesome. He's talking, he got that big, beautiful smile. Cool. So I think at some point, I think even with it happens to all of us. Don't if you're not changing,
Exactly.
you're not improving, then you're not living. But yeah, something clicked and I think it might have clicked in your head too. I don't maybe that's just the day you were just locked in more. I don't know. That was my first impression. That was my first time ever in your stream.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Wusa is in here. He was in here earlier. If I'm thinking about when you're thinking, it must have been the day I got my PC and keyboard, and
I think so. Because you definitely seem like a noob. Yeah, you couldn't figure out. You were in a car, and you couldn't figure out how to drive. You were just stuck for like 30 minutes.
I literally I didn't know what planet I was on. Like,
yeah, and you were just like locked in.
Yeah,
and
I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's when it was, bro.
Yeah.
1,000%. Yeah, I was like, because he was telling me, because I was playing with him, and he was like trying to teach me how to use WSAND.
Yeah.
Which you're about to get the PC, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, trust me, bro. You're gonna see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably won't be as trash as I was, but
I will be. Last game I played was Roller Coaster Tycoon, probably back in the 90s.
Oh man, like you back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be pretty new, but yeah, that was one of my first impressions. I just tell these guys, man, stop taking the game so seriously, man. It's okay to suck. It's okay. Like I was that guy. I was Mr. Serious, Mr. Tryhard, and then I just realized, man, if you're having fun, chatting with your chat, that's what they're here for. If they want to see a pro, they'll go throw on Ninja or Hamlin's. They're here to talk to you. Yeah, Korea sucks, and we all love him. So right, Korea.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head though when you said everybody goes through it. Like I think everybody kind of hits that point where they're starting streaming, they don't really know what to do in front of the camera.
Yep.
Like I know for a fact I was nervous in front of it, right? You don't know what you're kind of doing. You're kind of trying to figure some stuff out, and then you kind of hit your groove, right? You get your average viewers or your people who stop in all the time keep stopping in, keep talking to you and engaging with you, and then you just hit your rhythm.
That is true, man. You just start to make she's talking. Yeah, you just start making friends, man. And like I tell people, and if I just have just one person talking to me, man, I'm happy. Like, there's times where my chat's dead for 30 minutes, and and you go through that. Everyone's gonna go through that. Everyone's gonna go through that chat. I still do, and
Yep.
I feel like I have a pretty solid following. But when you got that one person that's hanging out with you, talking, you have a conversation, man, it's amazing. I don't having 10 people talk at the same time is great too. Don't get me wrong, but having just that one person is everything to me. So. And everybody will go through a dead chat. I promise you. You're lying if you said you did not stream with a dead chat. You're lying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So.
For sure. Like when I first started streaming in May, straight from the PlayStation 4, I was playing H1Z1. Yeah, man, it was me, Lil Roos, kicking it.
Yep.
We were kicking it, man. Hey. I loved it though, bro. Got my feet wet. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's dude, embrace it, bro. Like, I don't know. It was cool. I see how some folks can get, discouraged. I personally didn't, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing anyway.
Well, everybody wants to be successful right away too. That's another problem that a lot of these guys have. They think that they're gonna, go from 0 to 100 real quick. Man, that's you're gonna go down a humble road if you think that, because this is a grind. We're talking a year at minimum before you probably hit consistently 20, 30, 40 viewers, all the time. It's a grind. It's just a long time. There's a lot of streamers out there. Twitch is taking off right now. So there's a lot of streamers, a lot of people to be, a lot of people to see. So you just got to stick with it. And and another key aspect of streaming is set a schedule, man. If you're just hitting that live button at random times, whatever, if you got to have a schedule, stay consistent, and it'll happen. You just can't have these wild dreams of having 10,000 viewers by December. This doesn't work that way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, if you watch a lot of these guys, these big time guys, they've been doing this for 6-7 years. They didn't just Fortnite came out and bam, they're all famous. That's not how it works. A lot of these guys came from Halo and other games. They've been streaming for a while, so they put in their work too. I think it's hard to see that because now we're all new and we're like, man, how the heck did they get there? It's work. It's work.
Yeah, man. I don't. Yeah, it's like instant gratification, right? I don't. Nothing great should be easy, for sure, man. Like you said, man, these dudes work. Like you said, brother, it's a grind. And like you said, with your family and everything. It's like you said, it's that balance, whatever your balance is, and then sacrifice too, right?
Yeah, a lot of sacrifice.
It's a lot of sacrifice, huh, bro?
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of the new streamers that slaps them upside the head real quick too. It's you seeing, like you said, you seeing Ninja. Yeah, true, but he's been playing like games forever.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen overnight, bro. For sure.
It sure doesn't, man. It's a lot of behind the scenes type work, just networking and talking and putting your name out there. I mean, if I go back, listen, man, this is something I'm not very proud about. But I go way, and another reason why I even remember this, because somebody answered me like 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry, I just saw this. So when I first started off, what I was doing, right, is every time Fortnite posted an update, I went down on, no, I had another Twitter, I had my personal Twitter. I would go and I'd follow everybody who liked it. And then everyone who followed me back, this is when I was brand new. I would send them a message. I would say, hey, I'm new to Twitch. I'm trying to grow. If I can get to 50 followers, that'd be amazing. Blah, blah, blah. So I had no idea what I was doing, man. I was one of those guys, one of those annoying, you know what I mean? Because we all hate to get those messages now.
You're that guy. No, I'm just fine.
I think a lot of people probably still do that, because it's really hard to find that lane of getting your footing started, to get that. It's tough, man. It's not easy. So
And it's not you coming from a negative aspect, right? It's you trying to go and put in the work to go and get those 50 followers.
exactly, just trying to find ways to tap it because I had no idea, and maybe that would have kept working if I kept. I don't know. I just feel like now I know like that's kind of annoying, but I was just trying to find different ways to grind it out, and now that I've kind of experienced, I try to tell a lot of these new guys. I tell them a lot of them, and a lot of them I see them streaming 7 days a week. Like turn that not take 2 days and just go and hang out with people's streams. Go visit someone. Back when I had more time, every single night before I went to bed, I scrolled down, right, a random list. I found somebody with 3 or less viewers. I went into their channel and just talked to them. Just talk. We just had a conversation, man. And and some would follow me back, some didn't, and sometimes some I never talked to ever again since that day. But you know what I mean? But that's just kind of what I did. That was my thing. I like just going picking someone random who didn't have a lot of viewers and just talking to them because I knew how much it meant to me to have someone talk to me. So that's kind of what I was trying to pay it back. So we've got a couple of members from the community who come from that. And the way we ended our charity stream, I think Lacey had like 70 people. She dropped that rate on someone random. She just picked someone random and just dropped it on them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's just giving love, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if I get this right or not, but was it every Wednesday, like one day a week, you go and take for just networking?
Yeah, so I don't stream Wednesdays and I don't stream Fridays, Saturdays. Me personally. And that's my networking days. Those are my days just to hang out in other streams and kick it with you guys. That's what I call the streamer days. And I've done a couple impromptu where I just like, I feel like streaming something, throw it on. But for the most part, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I go from I do my stream or my watching viewers days and hanging with my family days. So that's just kind of how I broke it down. And
that's good.
Yeah, man. So I've hang out with you guys and give a lot of people my undivided attention. I try to break it up. I try to spend 30 minutes here and then I go and spend 30 minutes there and just kind of and just give as much love as I can. And don't it's not of my way of hey, remember me, come view my stream. It's just my way of saying, hey, I appreciate you. I know that you're grinding. Let me come give you some support. And
for sure.
I'd be stupid to tell you guys that my name is getting out there. Do you know how many times now I've gotten somebody, especially these younger streamers, and they're like, "Oh my God, Sorry's in my stream," and it's kind of humbling. It's humbling, but I'm just trying to give that love. It's starting to, and especially with Twitter now, I think my name's really starting to get out there. So I just want to show people that even as you grow, whether it's on Twitter or Twitch, it's okay to still hang out with everybody and give everyone love. Don't start getting this ego where I'm only gonna hang out with people who have 100 viewers now because I'm up here. Like you got to give everybody that love, man. Cause we're all in the same boat, man. We're all in this together.
Yeah. That's a great attitude to have. That's
the worst things you can do is forget where you came from, right?
Exactly, man. And unfortunately, it happens far too often. So
I see it so much.
Yep, yeah. Unfortunately, it happens too often. They get bigger and they kind of forget their roots, man. And it's just it's sad, but it's I guess their life and their choice. But I personally choose to never do that. I'm gonna always hang out with everybody. I appreciate everybody. So if I've seen your name in the Discord, whatever, I try to stop in, give some love.
That's awesome.
For sure. So, hey, do you remember when you first started streaming? Do you remember your first viewer that wasn't somebody that you knew before you started streaming? That came in and was chatting with you.
Yeah, he's part of the Discord community. He's one of my the mods of it, and you guys may know him. It's Turn Wee. I don't know if you guys ever spoke with Turn or had the privilege of talking to Turn, but Turn was one of my original followers.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's one of my original. He's gonna be he's already going on 4 months. He's literally subbed. I think the day I hit affiliate, Turn subbed. He was my first sub, and I was like, holy crap, I got a sub. I told my mom, my brother, I was like, somebody's paying me to watch me play video games. I was like, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
And a lot of people know oh crap, let me go get I gotta take you guys with me. We're about to go mobile.
Right on.
Oh no, I got the charger up here. Just kidding. It's at 6%. I don't want to die. Yeah, Turn is one of my first, but there's a few of them that still hang around, and I talk with them every day. Most of them aren't streamers, because of that my Twitter method that I was doing. Oh shit, there we go. But yeah, Turn is one of the ones. I'm not sure how he found me, but he's my OG.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. That's I
Yep.
love it, man. I love it. Yeah. My first like real viewer that was actually chatting with me and stuff like that. Um, his name was his name is he streams too. His name is Pyro Phoenix, and
Mhm.
he was a delivery man in the evening. And I streamed late in the evening, and it was cool. Like as he was doing his deliveries, he would plug in his aux cord into his phone and do audio only, and listen to my stream while he's doing deliveries. Man,
Oh, that's really cool.
yeah, dude, it was
Yeah.
It's just stuff. It's just cool, man. For like
That's why.
somebody somewhere out in the world, like to be able to find you and then like take time out of their day to want to hang out with you. It's extremely humbling.
Yeah, I was always telling like everyone always talking about like it's TV. What TV shows you watch, man? I don't watch TV. When I'm doing the dishes, I got Twitch on. I'm watching someone's. You know what I mean? I'm constantly just watching. Twitch is my TV now. I don't even have cable. I got a TV. I got a TV that just sits here. My daughter like watches a little bit of Netflix in the mornings, and that's about all my TV does nowadays. Is entertains the daughter on Netflix. My TV is Twitch and hanging out. Hanging out. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
100%. 100%. And I think a lot of people can agree, like with Pat's stream, like I don't know what you would call them, whether it's his talks or his rants. They become an actual like trademark for his streams.
well, it's your
Like
brand, and that's very important as a new streamer. I always try to tell these guys now, you got to create a brand. You got to kind of go with it. You can't just be Sniper 2436
yeah,
because you have to figure out a brand, a marketing. You have to make yourself a little bit different, and not just with like your emotes and your things, but who you are. You have to find ways to kind of make things a little bit special. You know what I mean?
Thank
It's
you.
little things.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
for
you so
for
much
instance,
for
for
the
myself,
300 bits,
I wear
Patty.
Ninja
Thank
Turtle
you.
onesies sometimes, and I dance. Pat has these epic, amazing encouragement things, and stuff like that. And that's you just gotta find a way, man. You just gotta find. You can't just throw on Fortnite, man, and get 7 kills and think people are gonna watch you. It just doesn't work that way.
yeah, keep people in. And it was
Ex-
funny because last week Pat was streaming some Far Cry and maybe played for like 10 or 15 minutes. And then the chat started taking off. And so he stopped for a little bit, and then I just went off. I had some stuff to go and do. I pop in an hour later, and he's still like just talking to the chat. He hasn't played any.
Late adios, Far Cry.
Which is awesome, right?
Oh
I
my gosh.
haven't seen anybody do that
Dude,
But
go ahead,
Crazy.
Anthony. I'm sorry.
before. Crazy. No,
Dude,
you can go back.
Dude, no, real quick. Literally, sorry. Bro, I may have played 10 minutes. And then, like, you know how it is, bro. Like, folks come to your streams. Oh, man, so-and-so. I haven't seen you forever. You're trying to catch up and stuff. Like, how you been and everything. And I was like, okay, I'm caught up. And I start playing again. And then
Nope. Bye.
chat's lit.
Yeah.
Chat's lit. And I put it on. Yeah, it was on the pause menu the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
Yeah, man. Sean, it's good to have a balance, buddy. If that's what you're asking, it's good to have a balance playing games too. You can't always pause your games, but when you're having a good conversation, man, don't ignore. What's up, Supreme Kai? Don't ignore your chat. There's times where you just what? Let me hide. Let me pause my game and just talk. And sometimes you'll start. I've had how many times I had to pause my game and we just start talking about food. Everyone's talking about what they had for dinner and stuff like that. Just roll with it. And and one more thing I want to touch base is I know we're probably getting closer to the end, and I got to be awake at 6 a.m. and it's already midnight. And this is another thing I've been trying to preach. This is a newer thing that I've picked up on in the last month or so. And if you guys, when you get a raid, man, first off, that streamer, right? They thought of you to raid you. If you're playing your game, you get a raid, right? And you just say, hey, thanks, guys, thanks for the raid, and you keep going about your business. First off, that's a horrible first impression to everybody who just joined your stream for the first time ever. Secondly, you're not making the person who thought of you feel that special. So here's my advice. This is what I've been trying to pass down to even people who are a little more experienced. Even if you have to stop your game, stop your game. Greet every single person that came. Hey Patty, hey Supreme Meat Tape, thank you so much for stopping by. You just go down and say, thank you guys so much, and then introduce yourself. It's so big. Introduce yourself. Hey, so for me, I go, hey guys, my name is Sorry. Welcome to the Sorry stream. I normally play Fortnite. I run a sorry community, and just throw a little fact in there, and I got a 9-month-old daughter, something just to make yourself a little more personable, and then make everybody feel truly welcome and blessed, because on top of that, whoever rated you, they're trusting you with their people. So you don't make their people feel uncomfortable for being there, because you'll know sometimes, like, I'll drop a raid, right? I'm raiding somebody with, like, let's say 20 people, right? And the streamer just says, like, oh, hey, thanks, keeps playing this game. You see that number, they're all gone. Bam, everybody's gone. And there goes your chance, man. Sometimes you gotta grasp on that, and just really, you know, I'm telling you, moments like that, the game is not important. I promise you, the game is not important. Well, I don't care if it's 2-person raid or a 200-person raid. Stop what you're doing, greet everybody, introduce yourself, and then thank the person who rated you. Really, I do shout outs on my stream. So I'm like, hey man, shout out. And I got a guy, his name's Ridlin. If you ever meet him, he's amazing. He does custom shout outs. He really, because you want to make everyone just feel, like I said, it's just love, man. It's like none of this is fake. Just give people love, because they're loving you. They chose you, so make sure you're giving everybody that love back.
100%.
So if you like, and that's for anybody listening, man. If you're a new streamer, you get raided, please don't give that generic thanks. Thanks for the raid, guys. Welcome, and then go back, because that's just so nobody's gonna want to come back. I'm gonna keep it real. Nobody's gonna want to come back. Because it feels like you don't give a damn. It feels like the game is more important than them. Make them feel like they're the only thing that matters, because that they are. You're streaming. If you really care that much about your game, turn the damn stream off and focus on your game.
1,000%. 1,000%. That's something that I'm very passionate about too. Is making, man, every single person, whether you're getting rated or not, just making them feel valued, dude. It's just
right.
It's the least we can do as streamers. We were
talking
about.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Then as you start growing, make sure you get a couple of mods that you truly that hang out that you truly trust and believe in, because you're gonna notice this, and everyone grows, and you too as well. As you guys grow, sometimes chat is gonna go quick, and every once in a while you'll have someone that say, "Hey, come, hey, what's up?" And you will miss that. You will miss them saying, "I promise you." Nobody's perfect at it, and so my mods, for me, because we've talked, we're friends. They'll say, hey, knee highs, all of them. Hey, knee highs, welcome, knee highs, welcome, knee highs. So when I'm looking at chat, all of a sudden my attention goes to everybody saying knee highs, right? So now I know I have yet to greet that person, because they've caught my attention. So then I go back and say, hey, knee highs, I'm sorry for the delayed response. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for stopping by. And that's kind of another thing that you want to pick up on, because I'm telling you, there are going to be times where you miss somebody. And that could be a first impression. That could be them, trying to check you out, and you don't want them to feel like they're nothing. Make it like. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Pat, but like he was saying, make everyone feel important.
1,000%, bro. For sure. And that's as far as the modding. That's definitely something that I've learned recently. So I appreciate you sharing that with everybody. Because I kind of, be honest, just been doing it myself. Like just because like. I don't know, like, if anything, I'm very chat oriented. Somebody could say to a fault, but I'm always going to default on the chat, because that's the community. Like you said, the game can wait. Obviously, depending on what folks come into your stream for, primarily, whatever your balance needs to be, my balance is going to be different than Sari's balance, or Healthy's balance. But, putting the community first in general, you're always gonna win.
Yep. Hey Sean, a little thing that I do, man. So mine's on my computer, right? And you may have a different module. If I go 3-4 minutes without somebody in my chat talking, I refresh my computer, because I've had it where my computer, my chat froze, because all I'm using is a Mac. So I don't know what you're using, but that way I refresh it. And then that way I know for a fact that it's not frozen. I'm not missing somebody. That's just another, I don't know what you're using. I just thought that you missed somebody, but that's just one way. Just refresh your thing every so often, man. And, you won't miss some of those interactions, and everyone, uses something differently. Right now I'm just using a computer. So that's just one thing I do. Yeah. And that's another thing. You can have it on your phone as a backup plan. You can have, if you use Streamlabs or Stream Elements, there's a chat box there as well. I've missed a donation before. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. My chat was going so fast one time. I don't have alerts, right? So I'm a basic streamer. I don't have alerts. I'm going right from my PS4. So I missed a donation. The next day, that's another thing, man. Listen, guys, after your streams, you got some time, watch a little bit of your VOD. and see
Yeah.
check your own no one can be more critical than yourself. Check your own sound quality, check your own visuals, and then I always go back and I take a quick glance at all of my donation biddies and quick chat. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And if you miss
Yep.
it, man, it's not the end of the world, right? So I just go back and say, I felt embarrassed. Don't get me wrong, but I said, hey Tanaka, you guys donated $10. I completely missed it. I don't want you to feel like it means everything to me. Thank you so much. And you're gonna have that time. Just review your things like that, man.
Yeah.
And go back and drop them a whisper, drop them a tweet, and and just tell them, hey, sorry, and there's ways to make up for it and stuff like that. So it's happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice, man, for sure. Sure, like, that goes back to making, somebody feel valued. I mean, dude, just like you said, the time, bro, you can't get time back. Somebody who's spending their time with you, man, I don't care if it's 1 second. Like it means so much to me. For somebody to spend their hard-earned money on you, like extremely humbling. Like, yeah, for sure, man. Like, I want that person to feel value. That's an honor as a streamer, for sure. So like you said, everybody does it different. Just thanking them, shouting them out. Whatever works for you and your community. But yeah, brother, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. Awesome. Yeah. Yep. And then the last thing, I know you guys want to touch base on ego, and I put it in my tweet, man. Some of you guys, man, just as ego wise, you need to really put that aside, man. I see a lot of people who think like they'll go into someone else's stream, right? And they start talking about their setup. Like, oh man, I got these new overlays. I can't wait to show them off tonight. That is an ego thing. That's you thinking that you're so great. And hey, come look at me. Come look at me. Don't worry about this streamer who's live right now. Come look at me. That's an ego thing. And if you don't think people don't pick up on that, you're dead wrong. People will pick up on that. So put that stuff aside, man, and just because I promise you, man, I don't care who you are. We all put our pants on the same way. We are all gonna be 6 feet deep with nothing. I promise you. At the end of our lives, man, we're all in this, man. We're in this together. So don't feel like you're better than anybody else. I don't care how many viewers, how many followers you have, or any of that stuff, man. And don't go into other people's streams talking about your stream, because that you are boasting your ego, and it just comes off the wrong way.
Oof, man, that's fire.
Yeah, that's fire, bro.
That is fire. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I love it, brother, for sure, man. Man, you've been dropping some bombs, bro. Like, it's cool to be able to, Health and I, we've been doing this a couple of weeks. It's cool to be able to have somebody here that you watch, respect, have a lot of respect for, just to let you know.
Hey, man.
Just for what you're doing. And
love you guys.
Just be able to let you roll, and just like, in my head, bro, I'm getting so excited because I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I'm just like, and I knew he was like that. Like, I didn't know, but like I knew, you know what I mean? And
yeah, no, I get it, man. Yeah, I get it. I
respect that.
I know there's a lot of people who've never spoken to me before, who probably see my name as a Star community and probably think, oh man, that guy is all about, his ego's probably so big, he named a community after himself. And I trust me, I know it happens, because I feel like I'd be like, man, who's this guy think he is? But that, like I told you guys, I created this community not thinking of what it is, and then once I hope that once once people meet me, they realize that I'm really in this to try to help everyone else grow, man. That's the goal, is making friends, man, and just watching people grow together. It's such a beautiful thing when you watch it. It really is. Like when you watch people's steps along the way, it's incredible. It really is. Like it warms my heart. One of my favorite people, OMG, I'm a girl, man. She started back. Our relationship is weird. So she's like my main admin, right? She's my side piece of the Discord, like my girl. What I would consider like one of my best friends of the Discord. She's married, I'm married, so there's it's nothing like that. So that let people know. But she's like my main piece, and it started with her tagging me on Twitter whenever she went live, and I didn't even know who she was. So I messaged her and I said, "Hey, look," I was like, "It's kind of gets annoying sometimes when you tag me with all these retweet bots, and then my Twitter's just full of you going live with all these people I don't even know." And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." She's like, "I didn't know anybody, I'm new." And I was like, I was like, "It's not a big deal." I was like, "You know what?" I was like, "So that way," I was like, "You don't think I'm just being rude?" I was like, "When's your next stream?" And so she told me, so I stopped in and hung out on her stream. And
awesome.
And she had like 5 people. Now you go to her, she has just by network and being a cool, genuine person, and this is over a couple months. She has 230 subs. She just hit 1,000 followers. And man, I see some people jealous of her, man. I am so proud. It's amazing. It's amazing to see people like that. And I see some people, don't get me wrong, I see some people who were my OG followers who were both live. They're in her chat. I don't care, man. Go, grow, man, grow. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. I truly am. I tell her that every single time we talk. She comes in like, man, great shame on me. I'm like, no, Lacey, great job, man.
Oh,
So,
man.
and that's how you got it. That's just it's so silly to want people to fail. What are you getting out of that? Why?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You going to bed at night and you're wishing people to fail so you can get better. That's not life, man. That's miserable.
Yeah,
You're a miserable human being.
for sure.
Yeah, that's losing mindset for sure. Dude, that's the coolest thing in the world, man. Like seeing somebody that you're like, you're like, man, like keep doing it. Like you're doing your thing. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'm proud.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud.
Yeah. Good up, girl. Yeah. I mean, there's been so many people. I see Cookie in here, man. He joined the community. He's made some friends, and he posted on Twitter. He's like, he went from like 1 viewer to averaging like 8 viewers like that. And I told him, I was like, that's not, it's not because you just joined a community. It's because you are genuinely in there making friends. You're doing it the right way. You're being a real human being. And in return, you're going to naturally get love. You're gonna get. It's just when you support others and you're doing it without hope of them visiting you, then I'm telling you, man, you're gonna grow. There's no other. You're just going to because you're gonna make friends. And for those of you guys, and you guys are both in the Sorry community. I mean, next summer we're going to Vegas, man. We're planning a trip to Vegas. So that's another thing. Just trying to just have fun things. We're gonna have a Sorry community at TwitchCon. So there's gonna be all kinds of events to go to. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing's gonna take off, and we're gonna have fun together. This is a family, and
I love that.
we got each other's back, man. Trust me, we got each other's back. I'm a nice guy, and I had some guy who was a bigger Twitch streamer. I think he had like 6,000 followers. He trolled one of my main members, Auntie Autumn, which is a great human, and he was just being mean, man, calling him he was calling him like an ugly ostrich and making fun of him because he only had like 6 viewers, and he was just being like, and he screenshot showed me it, man. And that's another power of the community. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of amazingness, but when someone throws that, hey guys, I'm not liking this bully right here. I tell you right now, that community could turn into a beehive real fast. And I had a couple of I posted on Twitter because I was so upset about it. I had a couple of Twitch partners reach out to me, and we went back. And because this guy's like, I don't care, you guys do whatever you want to me. Well, his VOD gone. He deleted his VOD. He got roasted. He got roasted. So yeah. So it's a family, man. I'm telling you, you pick on one of my family members, we will roast you. We are a family. It's just like brothers. I'll pick on you guys. I'll make fun of you guys. It's just like a brother thing, but you pick on them, I'm gonna get you.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Cookie.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to maintain, man. I'm telling you, if you go into some of our chats, there's a lot of times where there's some trolling going on, man. We troll each other, but it's just all family love troll, It's how you make it.
For sure, bro.
We might have been bullies, Pyro, but when this man wants to talk down and call people garbage for only having 6 viewers, man, I'm not gonna put up with that, especially when you have 6,000, because people are gonna look up to him, and when he's acting that way, all he's going to do is teach other young minds to act like how he's acting, and that's just gonna create a toxic environment.
Salute,
so that was my way of trying to cut the snake's head off right then and there, showing him like, look, man, you bit the wrong person, so now we're gonna cut your head off real quick before you teach other people, other young formidable minds, to act like how you're acting. Because you got a little bit of success and your ego is big, does not mean you can treat others disrespectfully.
100%.
1,000%, brother.
So maybe we were bullies, man, but at that time it just felt like it was something that needed to be done. So
yep.
When the first time that you had to do the best for the community, right? Let me ask you this: have you ever had to kick out somebody out of your community that like you're real tight with?
Yeah, man. Actually, I did.
How'd that go?
So this guy's, and I don't care about saying this guy because he's not a Twitch streamer. So this guy's name is Shotgun like 666, and he hung out in my stream every day for 6 hours. I'm talking about when I went live, he was there. He didn't leave to the end. I made him a mod. he had gifted like 8 subs. He was donating biddies. Like he was just like, and it was really cool to always talk with him. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. So much so that one day I did a shout out on Twitter, and I said, hey guys, these are some amazing folks. I'm pretty sure you were included in that one. I said, go follow these guys. I love all these guys. Blah blah. Well, our community is so diverse, man. We got everything, every color, race, gender, sexuality. We have transsexuals, whatever. Because we love everybody. There's no reason to hate anybody for who they are. Well, anyways, he went and made a member of my community who was openly gay. He was making some homophobic comments after that. Went into his stream saying, calling some homophobic names. And then wrote on his Twitter, because the guy was like, hey guys, I'm gonna be baking tonight. And he wrote on his Twitter and was like, I wouldn't go to your stream, no matter what you were doing. And it just, I was like, what? I was like, it sucks because this guy was supporting me in every way you possibly can, right? I'm talking about talking with me, hanging with me, donations, bits, like every aspect. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta put your community first. You have to be, because that he is a reflection of me, right? And him and I, we don't share the same values, and I didn't know that. So once I realized that, oh man, I had to cut that one off, and it stung a little bit, and not having someone to talk to. But I'm not going to associate with somebody who looks at other people that way, because I got too much love for everybody. So, and he's gone.
And that's great. You can reflect like that. Because I think a lot of people would be like, oh, this guy's giving me so many subs, giving me so much money, and he's such a outstanding viewer. I'm not going to go and say anything to him.
Well, I've seen that, and I actually got to a little bit argument. I told some other member, I said, hey, this is what he did, and they still they still kept him around. And I'm telling him, like, look, I can't support that. If you're gonna keep this person who I have proof. I'm not just going off of what I hear. Here's proof. Here's pictures. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I have to cut ties with you too. So, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of how it goes. And that's kind of how another way I've kept this community going in the right direction. You got to do what's best for the community, even if it hurts yourself. So it hurt me as far as my own personal growth. But again, I'm not in this just for me. We're in this together.
Right on. That's awesome.
Part of being a leader, right?
And that's another thing, man. Yeah, and I tried to, and I don't even try to throw those leader words around. I tried to grow his family, but you're right. My name at the end of the day is on it. So, I try to reflect it, and everyone knows that, man. And everyone, there's little things. There's little things that will set us off. And we always talk before we kick anybody out, man. We always discuss. We have a group of admin, and we always talk. We always discuss it as kind of like a democracy. Because again, I don't want this to be like, this is the sorry community. You go. And today, man, the mods, I was at work and they pinged me and said, hey, you care if I kick this person out? And they told me why. And I said, yeah, man, go ahead. And this particular girl was doing an IRL streaming while driving for the second time after we've already told her that it's not safe, with a kid in her car. So as she's driving, she has a stream up like this, talking to her chat, right? And you can see the baby in the back seat. And that just rubs me the wrong way, man. That rubs me. And in my way, I'm not always a confrontational person. So I'm not going to, I've already said, hey, please don't do that. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm just going to kick you out. We're going to go on our way. And you know what I mean? Every part of me wants to say, hey, you're like what Mite said, you're a fool. You're an idiot, and I've already warned them. So I try to avoid confrontation and stuff like that. So yeah, we kicked her out today. And stuff like that, man. It's like, you would never think about it. Like, oh, hey, you got kicked out because you're IRL driving. But man, it's just stuff like that. It's just, you can't have those kind of folks, man. Just different in a bad way. And maybe I should say something and tell her why, but I think if she put 2 and 2 together, man, streaming with a baby in your car, driving, come on, man. Where's the common sense at? So I did, and I said something at the first time. I said, hey, please, it's really unsafe. This is without the baby, right? It's really sounds like it's really unsafe to drive and stream like that. I don't think it's the best idea. And she said, LOL, okay. And then I got a ping and saying, hey, she's doing it again. I was like, man, just get her out. Like, y'all go ahead, man. And stuff like that you got to do. And we kicked like I said, we kicked the other member out. I was sleeping, and they made a decision to kick somebody out because he was being drunk and making one of the female streamers uncomfortable. And he wrote on Twitter something like, I had a great night last night. I don't even care what anyone thinks. Not sorry, and he spelled like SORREY. And and I was and I didn't even know, like I was asleep. I woke up to this, I was like, what the heck? Yeah, man. And so I'll get I'm telling you guys, if people get kicked out like that, I get roasted. I get roasted for it, which is okay. I just take it, man. One time I kicked so one time, man, I'll tell you guys a quick little story. One time I was we had a little audio chat. And I was in it. I was messing around, right? And then a member, this is when we were first starting off. He joined it too, and I was like, "What's up, dude?" Like I wasn't expecting to talk to anybody. He's like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know, I don't know how to approach about this, but my birthday is in 2 weeks, and it'd be really cool if you brought the whole community over there and got them like donate me some money because I'm really hurting for money." And I said, "Look," I was like, "Look, man, I was like, that's not really like the right way to go about it. You're kind of making me feel uncomfortable right now."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well," he's like, "this is supposed to be a support community. I'm really, really, need money, whatever." And he cornered me basically, right? And he's like, if you could just tag everyone and send them to my stream when I'm live, that'd be great.
Oh.
And yeah, dude, it made me feel. I told him like this. I told him like, you make me feel uncomfortable. I end up like kicking him out, right? Because I was like this, and he had made some like questionable things before watching his stream. Well, he must have told some people. Next thing you know, I look on my Twitter. I got 8 DMs from 8 different people, and they are just roasting me, calling me a piece of shit. And one guy's like, He's like, you have 24 hours to let him back in, or something bad's gonna happen to you. I was like, okay. It's like one of those things you see on Facebook where you have like, if you don't like this, you're not going to heaven. If you don't like and share this, you're not going to heaven. I still have them. I still have all the messages. Yeah, that's
funny.
Yeah, dude. It was like 8 of them. They were going at me, man. So he must have like, and he posted on his Twitter and he was telling me how fake my community is and how we're supposed to be. And things like that, man, when you are going to happen, and you just gotta this is a thick-skinned type of environment. You're gonna have trolls in all different ways, man. So and you're gonna have negativity, and the great outweighs the moments like that. It always does, man. So
definitely, that's funny. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
Oh my gosh, bro! Like,
He gave me a 24-hour countdown.
Bro, I'm surprised you're still here. Like,
I know
you're here right now, brother. Like,
it was really hard to sleep that night. I was really fearing for my life.
Oh, bro, that's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious.
So, yeah, man. So some people react differently. Some people, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's just the way it goes. But
lack of self-awareness, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can honestly say I think both me and Pat agree that I am so glad that you have been the first person that we've had on here.
Hey, man, it's an honor that you guys had me as the first, man. It's an honor that you guys had me in general. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, even if we reach one person, man, one person that's watching, and and help them, change the way they're streaming or the way they think, then this was a success to me. So. And I saw in your chat a couple times. Someone's like, "Oh man, this is great. I'm learning." So this makes it worth it. Tomorrow, I promise you, man, I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. Tomorrow I'm gonna be hating life. I'm like, gosh darn it, why did I stay up so late? But it's worth it, man. Once you drink that Red Bull and then that kicks in, it's like life's great again.
Let's go, champ.
Yeah, life's great again.
Man, dude, like absolutely, we're extremely humbled for you to be here, because I know your ego is down the street, but at the same time, dude, I mean, I don't know, right? Like people say, like, I know what you got going on, but I don't, but I do. The point is, you've got a massive community. You've got dude, like if you would have took 10 minutes out of your day to come on here, the fact that you've been here for over an hour and a half, man, we appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Oh, no problem, man. And like I said, I'm in this for everybody, and you guys are creating a brand, you guys are creating a podcast, and you want to grow. And if I can help you guys in that way, I got no problem, man. If you guys want me to come back and let me know ahead of time, I'll clear the old schedule up and I'll come back and chit chat with you guys again, man. This is about you guys. This is your brand and your thing, and I think it's amazing. I think more people should do this, and I think you guys should have some more. There's so many people that are looking for direction as far as streaming. So if you guys have some more like I guess my expertise would giving advice on how to do things the right way. So if you guys have any more of those, I'd be more than happy to come back and share some more knowledge I've learned along the way.
Dude,
And,
could you please, bro? Like, I know a lot of folks are like they're here because of you. For the folks that don't know you, man, please like plug everything you've got going on, community, everything.
Oh man, I mean, we're the Sorry community. If you guys see us on Twitter, man, feel free to join the Discord. The Discord is in my bio, and that's my Twitter. There's no reason to follow my Twitch right now. If you ever see my Twitch and you like what you see, give me a follow. If not, don't just follow me just to follow me. I'm not a huge fan of the empty follows. I'd rather you guys like who I am and my content. And right now, if you're one of these guys' loyal followers, man, stick with these guys because they're going places. I promise you, they're going places.
Man.
And this is the first time I've ever actually spoken to Kid. So now I know this is the first time I think you and I have really had like a real conversation, man. And I could tell your intelligence is through the roof. So it's a pleasure, man. And just from what I saw on Instagram, man, it looks like you're grinding, doing that that Spartan, marathon type stuff. Props to you, dude. I did 20 push-ups the other day and about died. So mad props, man. And keep this up. And Texan, man, you already know, dude. I think you got a heart of gold, dude. And your smile makes me happy, dude. It really does. So I think you guys are both amazing people, and I want you guys to keep doing what you're doing. There's going to be days where it's going to be slow, and then there's going to be days where it's hectic, man. Don't get discouraged by those down days, because it just makes those up days that much more sweeter.
For sure.
And if you guys ever need to talk to me, we're all human. If you ever have a bad day, DM me, DM anybody in the Discord. That's people are always willing to talk, We got you guys. We're a family. You guys are part of the family too, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, likewise, and I know you've got a great support system. From your spouse to the community. But I mean, likewise, man. I know I can speak for Healthy on this. Yeah, anything, brother. Like not just you. Like anybody that's in the chat, anybody that's watching. Y'all can always hire me on Twitter. Like DM me, man. Like if y'all got something going on, like I wouldn't ever put your personal business out there, man. It's just, what I mean. It'd be my pleasure for sure. So
yeah, and it really is an honor, man. You'd be surprised how many people do actually reach out, and it's just you hear everything, and it's an honor that people are comfortable enough to go to you with their issues, and they trust you, and that you can give them the help that they need back. Whether sometimes just people just need a friend, sometimes people just need a vent, man. Just be there and listen, and not expect anything in return. Because I'm telling you, man, we're all going through something, and if you sit there and you think you're the only one, I promise you, you're dead wrong. And I always tell people that, just power through, man. Power through a little raw moment about myself, man. And like I said, I try to support when I can. I just started this job, man. I just I try to be the strong one. I just started this job a couple weeks ago. Right now, if you look at my bank account, I got negative $88 right now. You know what I mean? I swear to God. And it's not something that you're gonna dwell about, because I know for a fact other people have it a lot worse, man, a lot worse. So you just gotta keep powering through, man, because those bad days, I promise you, will end, and the good days are gonna feel that much better, because all the bad days that you have are just building character, making you stronger, and then makes you able to help other people as well. And that's what it matters, man. Like I said, 31st is when I get paid my first, man, and y'all better watch out, because the biddies are coming. That's the reason why I am negative, to be honest. I was talking to Korea about it. I was like, man, I got too hyped with these damn sub bombs, and then all the PayPal transactions happened at once. and then I look, I'm like, what the hell? Worth it. Luckily I got a supporting wife who we got some money saved up, so we just use her card so I get paid. So it ain't no biggie. But the point being is everyone's going through something, man. Even the people who look at me and be like, oh my God, sorry, he's perfect. He has a wife and a kid and community and he's growing. Nah, I'm going. We're all going through something. I promise you that.
For sure. And
So
like Pat said, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody if you need help or
yeah,
want to
yeah,
talk.
don't,
Right?
man. I'm telling you.
Things are tough, and it's easier if you can kind of bounce it off somebody or ask somebody, or even just like you said, to vent.
I've never been in Discord. They ask you
Right?
to introduce yourself, and that made me feel good. And I read all those, man. I read every single introduce yourself, every single one. I try to read them and pick up on something. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. It's
100%.
just yeah, it's just amazing. It's just meeting people, dude. I'm telling you, just meeting so many
Crazy.
different people, and I plan to meet a lot of these folks in real life too.
Mm-hmm.
So and sky's the limit, man. I'm telling you, I think a lot of us are gonna make a lot of good friends, friends for life, man, friends for life. If I, I'm engaged, I'm married technically. A lot of my friends are engaged, and if I'd have went back 3 years ago, I'd have like a party of groomsmen. If we with the way I'm going, I'm about to have a bunch of Twitch guys as my groomsmen. I'm just seriously, I'm
Right,
serious, man.
right,
Some of these guys I
right,
connect
right.
with better on
Yeah.
here than I do in real life. My friends now will look at me like, man, you're wasting your time. You're a nerd. These video games are nothing. So I honestly stopped talking to a lot of my IRL friends, man, because they're not supporting the cause. And a lot of these people now, like, this is what I love. This is my passion. I found it. I'm 30 years old. I finally found something that I absolutely love to do. I love
Right.
to stream. I love to
Yeah.
hang out in streams. This is so I find it took me a long time to find my thing, but I found it, man. I'm going towards it. So, and a lot of people they're gonna end up being my IRL buddies too. So
That's awesome,
it's
man.
it feels great, man. Yeah, meet. Better see you in Vegas.
Oh, is that one of your emotes right there?
That's not one of mine. I don't know whose that is.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
No.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Dude, that's awesome, man. Um, it's been a pleasure. It's been extremely tough. 'Cause you say so many good things that I agree with so much. And it's like, Pat, shut up.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sorry.
I'm like,
I kind of
let me
hijacked this a
talk.
little bit. I apologize, man. I talk a
No,
lot.
no,
It's a
no,
downfall of
no.
me. I'm sorry.
No, dude, you're great. Like, dude, you're the guest. Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, this is, we're extremely humble to have you here, and this is definitely, your platform to talk about, the community, just all the great things that I've got going on, the charity thing. It's just extremely admirable and noble. I just respect the heck out of it, for sure.
Yeah, man. Much love to everybody. I gotta take my butt to bed here next. If we can, at least with me, I might wrap it up and uh, and leave you guys on that note. But if you guys want to end it, however you guys want to end, I'm gonna hang out here. And I guess I don't know how you guys normally go about your ways, but if I don't go to bed in the next 20 minutes, I am going to absolutely hate life tomorrow.
No, you're good, brother. You're a brother. Yeah, no, we won't hold you any longer, man. You've been normally we do like a little Q&A, but you've been doing like answering questions kind of like on the fly. So
Yeah, if anybody in chat, man, I'll give 5 minutes. If anybody in chat wants to ask me anything, go ahead. Or even Pat or what is your let me call you what's your first name there? 'Cause I'm not calling you kid. What do you like to go by?
John.
John, okay. If anyone wants to ask Pat, John, or myself, I'm Mark. Any questions, man? Feel free. I don't care if you even ask us what our favorite dessert is. But yeah, I don't mind ending on that. Beard grooming tips. I can't give you those, man. Let me show you this. I'm patchy, man.
That's cool.
You don't want those, man. Oh man, it looks like I just patched some hair on my face, and this is what I'm going with. So, how do you start growing one? Just keep shaving, man. Shave it, even if there's nothing there to shave, and eventually stuff will start growing in. You're asking the wrong man.
Right on.
All I gotta say is hi, and to be honest, can't wait to grow with everyone. Hey, man, we can't wait for you to grow with this Supreme Kai. And I saw your name around a few times during the charity stream, and that's a lot of respect, bro. Trust me, I'm always observing, bro. Even when you don't think I'm around, man. I'm always watching. And so I appreciate you, Kai. I saw you a couple times. I saw you hosting at least 3 or 4 channels that I saw. So I appreciate that, Kai. John, your sound was cutting out a bit.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, a hair it wasn't too bad.
It was probably me talking over him because I talk too darn much.
Oh, man. Like this has been awesome. I'm glad you came on here and talked about this stuff. This is exactly like I don't think this could have gone any better.
Yeah,
This
I
is
had a lot of fun with you guys, man. I really did not. You know what I mean? And
More,
never once I look at the time like, oh man, until now, until we're wrapping it up. But I was having fun. Time just flew by. You know, it's just 12:15, and it was a blast and completely worth
Yeah.
it. Like I said, hopefully we help somebody out. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
1,000%, man, for
Exactly.
sure, brother.
Yeah.
Like, for sure, man. Like I said, we know you gotta get to work. You know what I mean? Same here.
Yeah, man.
Just thank you again.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
thank you guys for having me. This is like I said, this has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing this again and
For sure.
really spread some more awareness. And thank you everyone who came in and hung out and Texans chat. And if you guys anyone who came because you saw my tweet, if you guys aren't following Texan, please give him a follow. I promise you, he's a great guy and healthy. I don't think you're live anymore, but
Nope. My internet was
if you
kind
go
of
to my
cutting
Twitter, I tag both of them. Just go to their Twitters, give them a follow on their Twitter. Their Twitch stuff is in their Twitter. Please give them a follow, and I'm vouching for them personally as good human beings and good streamers. So I don't vouch for just everybody. So if you
I
guys can,
appreciate
man,
that.
I appreciate that.
I really appreciate you saying that.
For
Hey,
sure,
no,
for sure.
no problem. That's the one thing I brag about, man. Is my Twitter love, man. I'm at 1,500 followers organically,
Let's go, champ.
and that one feels good because
Yeah.
I use that Twitter to try to teach other people. So when you start to get a large true following, when you
Yeah.
actually say things, people are seeing it. Because you'll see guys who have like 10,000 followers and they post something, they get like one like. And that's because they didn't do it organically. I'm doing it
See it every
organically,
day.
so I'm touching. So that way, when I actually give a shout out on Twitter to you guys, I trust you guys because I know that somebody's going to go follow you guys, and that's okay with me. So if you guys can, man, give them some love, and check out their podcast. I'm sure podcast number 4 is gonna be coming out. Make sure you guys are here.
Mm-hmm.
1,000%, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate it, man. Shout out to Sorry community, the whole community, man. You're doing some great things, brother, for sure.
Oh, my bad, Cosmo. I didn't even see that. What got you to decide to stream to begin with? Sorry. So my views has changed completely different. When I first originally started to stream, I wanted to be a millionaire, expert video game player. I had no idea. All I saw was this ninja guy in Vegas absolutely destroying it, and he was making a lot of money. I was like, oh man, that's what I want to do. I play video games. Why don't I just stream? And then I quickly learned that when you start making real friends, man, it changes your thought process 100%, man. The video gaming and the money basically goes away, and actually meeting people, making friends matters the most. So that's why I continued to stream, because there was a lot of nights where I laid in bed and I really thought about quitting. I was like, why am I doing this? It's a waste of time. I'm taking away time from my family. This is dumb. And then I realized that I'm doing it for the wrong reasons, and I had a moment of clarity, and everything changed, man. And it's the second, third greatest thing that's happened to me. I would say after my wife and my baby.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that's awesome. That's
this has completely changed my life. Completely, 100% changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
So in a great way, man. In a great way. I love this. This is what I love doing. So
Mm-hmm. And I can see and I can hear that, right? Like that's genuine.
Yeah,
genuine
man.
passion, and that's
Yeah.
awesome for me to see, because I haven't seen a lot of people. I've
Yeah,
seen a lot of people on Twitch with it, but not a
Yeah.
lot of people outside of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that's crazy, man. You're doing awesome. You're doing awesome.
The passion, bro, 1,000%. It bleeds through. We're able to see you, so we can see it. We can feel it. We hear it. It's awesome, man. I love people that are just passionate about what they do. It makes my heart smile for sure.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. This is how you got to do it. If you're not having fun, then it becomes work. And no, if you're already working one job, you don't want to work 2 jobs. Streaming is work, but if you absolutely love it, like they always say, if you love what you're doing, it's not work. So I don't mind it at all. And then for those of you who have someone that's a spouse, they're not always going to understand what you're doing. So let them in. Let them see your world a little bit, and let them show them how much it means, and they'll start to appreciate it a little bit more too. So, and I don't know, man. This has been a lot of fun, guys. I really appreciate it. The place you guys have me.
Sure.
For sure, bro. Like, so we're gonna let you go for real this time.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Perfect.
Man.
Yeah, y'all. Salute.
Salute. Yeah. Salute to Sorry, man. Sorry community.
Good night, buddy.
Dude, that was fantastic. Man, appreciate everybody coming by the podcast. Yeah, that's absolutely nuts, man. What a great dude there. What a great community he has. I know a lot of folks.